welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see by the title, today I will be showing you guys how I do the fox eye makeup look. Like, guys, I'm excited because your girl, like, this is like one of my first times trying this. I did try this before, I would say a couple weeks ago, and I wasn't 100% feeling it, so I decided to try to do it again, do a little tweaking, little changes and whatnot, and it actually turned out pretty good. So yeah, enough of me rambling. Let's just get started into all the fun makeup techniques and whatnot. Okay, so before I even touch my face, I'm actually going to put on some lash glue on my lashes. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when you do this type of look, you want to like accentuate your eye and make it give the illusion that your eye is lifted and pulled more up towards, like, I guess like your head, whatever. Anyways, but so basically what you want to do in order to help get that like nice like cat eye, like fox eye type shape, you're gonna want to get a pair of lashes that start off being long but then end up getting shorter towards the inner corner, like so. So these are the lashes I will be wearing today. And the eyelash glue that I'm going to be using today is actually the Strip Black Adhesive from Kiss Cosmetics. It's Carnival XL Pro palette. Guys, this is one of my favorite palettes. So before I go into the shadows, I'm actually going to quick show you guys a little trick that I recently learned from, I think it was when I watched Arnell's video on how to do this. I think it was Arnell, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was her. But she also did the fox eye makeup trend as well, and by watching her video it finally clicked for me on how to do it for myself. So basically you get any regular schmegular brush. So this is like a random eyeshadow brush I just have laying around, and basically you want to place it on your nose like so, and then have it like this, and then that's basically where you want to kind of like shape your shadows and kind of focus your shadows to be. It's like right angled just like this. Now I'm the type of person, I love tape. Most of the time I just feel like it just makes it a lot more crisp and clean, especially because we're going to be kind of doing like an eyeliner type situation with the shadow. So you definitely would want to kind of go with tape, or at least something to kind of help the edge be extra sharp and crispy, because again that also helps with the elevated eye shape as well. And then like I said before, you're basically, now for me, because I'm so used to doing like different like cat eye looks and stuff like that, I kind of already know where I should place the tape to give me the certain look that I want. But for the purpose of this video, for anybody who might want to know, you just put it like this and position it like so, and then lay the tape down. So the tape's gonna be laid down like that. And as you guys can see, the tape, where the tape is lining up exactly where it needs to be against the brush. So for primer today, I'm actually going to be using the Be Perfect Cosmetics as well, and this is basically their regular eyeshadow primer, and I'm basically just going to prime my lid like I usually do whenever I do an eyeshadow look. So once I basically put the primer on my eye, I'm going to be going back into the Carnival palette, and I'm just going to be starting off with using the shade Basic. So that's basically right here the lightest shade that we are going to be using for this particular look today. And then I'm basically just going to take a regular like fluffy-esque eyeshadow brush, and I'm basically just going to put that right above my crease, kind of like as a transition shade. And I'm also going to blend that a little bit into my lid once I put down my crease shade. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to want to kind of follow your natural eye shape and slowly build it up. You don't want it to be too harsh, and you're basically just going to want to blend it down into your inner corner like so. And again, just lightly put it on. And then also kind of like once you get towards this area right here, like again your eye has like a natural curve, and then you're going to want to help create that like cat eye type shape as you're putting the powder. I said powder, well technically it is powder, but like as you're putting on your eyeshadow. So next I'm just going to be taking a smaller eyeshadow brush, and I'm basically going to be going into the color Haul, and I'm basically just going to use that to blend it into my crease to kind of help give like that definition to the eye as well. And again, you're going to want to help create that wing shape towards the end as well. And don't freak out if like the side of your eye looks crazy, because again, the tape's there and that's what the tape is for. Because once you peel it off, honey, Look at that, with no concealer, no other makeup, nothing. Like, look how crisp that is. And it's gonna look even more crispy once we start getting into the face. So don't worry, I got y'all. Like, we gonna be good. And then I'm basically just going back into the brush that I used to apply basic, and I'm basically just gonna kind of blend those two colors together slightly, just so it's not too harsh. And I'm also gonna take a little bit extra and start applying that on my lid as well, and kind of blend that up into the crease, just so my lid's not completely naked once I put the brown eyeshadow on. Okay, so now that the majority of your lid is already done, here comes the fun part. So basically for this part, you basically just want to get the darkest color and basically like the color chart that you were using. So again, for me, I'm basically using like tans and like brown colors. So the darkest shade is going to be this brown color right here, which is called Intuition. And I'm basically just going to use that and kind of create like a liner type look with it. And I'm going to be using a very small and also thin eyeshadow brush, as you guys can see here. I feel like this is like the perfect shape for creating basically like that cat eye shape. Before, when I tried to use this look, I actually used more of like a tapered, kind of almost like a eyebrow brush type of situation, but for some reason it just wasn't looking right to me. It kind of looked wonky, especially like right when it came into like this area right here. So when I did try to do this look again and use this type of brush instead, I feel like it was a lot easier to create that wing look, and it just seemed a lot more seamless. So that's another tip for some of you guys out there as well. Use one of these brushes, try it out and see if it works. I mean, it works for me, so mine as well, right? So I'm gonna be real up close and personal, and half my face might even be off the camera screen just because of the way my mirror is. But I'm basically going in and again creating like that liner shape. So you basically just want to go in kind of like how you would usually do eyeliner, and basically just do it along your bottom, well, not your bottom lash line, but you guys know what I mean, like right in here. And again, take your time with it, don't rush, kind of just build it up and just see how it goes. And then basically for this part, you just want to close your lid and kind of just let it run into your lid like so. And then what you're also going to want to do as well is kind of help extend your inner tear duct as well. So to kind of, again, help with the fox type shape. So instead of just stopping here, you're going to also blend that a little bit closer to your nose. I'm probably going to have to go in and perfect it again once I put my makeup on, which is fine. But as long as we're getting like the overall look that we're going for. Like so. So as you guys can see, I basically just traced the regular line that the tape is giving me, because again, it just helps it stay a lot more easier, because all you got to do is literally just run it across the tape and you're good. And again, as you guys can see, it already kind of helped give my eye a certain shape, like the shape I wanted to get. And I didn't even put on the lashes yet. Like, that's really saying something when your eyeshadow looks good and you didn't even put on lashes. Like, come on now. So next, I'm basically just going to be looking down at my mirror again. And I'm basically just going to use that to help me plop my lashes on. I low-key feel like I'm gonna have to take this one off and put it on again. But as you guys can see, my eyes, they look lifted. They still look like my eyes, but it's like more like up there, and that's basically the look that you want to be going for. So yeah, I'm proud of myself, guys. Yo, this looks cute. Like, what's up? Like, I'm hyped right now, especially now that I got on my color contacts. Like, what's good? So next, I'm basically just going to be moving on to my face, and I'm also going to be showing you guys tips on what to do with your face makeup as well, to again help give that nice sculpted, lifted look. All right, so moving on to my face makeup, I'm going to be starting off with using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. But yeah, so going into foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth. And if any of you guys are wondering, I am in the shade 330 Toffee. If any of you guys are wondering, in this concealer, I'm in the shade 330. I actually did post a video already basically trying out some of Rihanna's makeup products. So definitely check that out if you guys wanted a bit more detail into that. And I'm basically just gonna bounce back and forth between both my under eyes just so both eyes are evenly blended. And as you're blending your concealer, blend it up to kind of again help lift your eye and try to make sure the concealer stays in like one consistent area. You want it to basically stay in this overall area here. Next, I'm going to be going into the Fenty Beauty banana powder. So dip it in there, tap off the excess, and just lightly apply a layer on all the areas that I put my concealer. And again, making sure you're focusing that up. Am I the only one that makes like super weird faces when they do their makeup? Like I'm like, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, as you guys can see, like the powder just made everything just so like, and also I also want you guys to peep this. Like I don't know if I could notice it because it's my face, but as you guys can see, it already kind of looks like I already contoured my face by the way I positioned my concealer to be, but I didn't even put any powder or nothing to contour. But as you guys can see, like it already looks like I did. Again, making sure that I'm kind of, instead of just leaving the concealer like in this general area, I actually brought it up even more closer to my hairline. And as you guys can see, it already looks like I already kind of have like a contour type situation going on. Again, your face is lifted. So next for contour, I'm actually going to be going into the Wet n Wild contour palette, and I'm basically just going to use that darker shade, of course, to contour my cheekbones, my jawline, my nose, all that fun stuff. Yeah, when you do your highlight brush and contour trio, definitely don't allow it to go past where the beginning of your outer eye is. Like do not allow it to go past this point, because if you let it go down a bit more, it's not really going to help with, again, with that accentuated look. So definitely make sure you keep it right here and don't go any farther than that. Again, keeping it in that general area. And what you also want to do is you also want to, instead of doing it directly where your cheekbone is, like make sure you do it just a little bit higher. Like of course don't put it all the way up here because that's not going to look realistic, but just put it just a little bit higher than you usually would, because that would also help give the look of like an elevated cheekbone as well. But again, because basically my concealer and the powder that I set my concealer with basically already kind of did the contour for me, I don't need to go in with a super heavy dark contour type shade, because I feel like it'll just look a little bit too exaggerated, and you want it to kind of be like a nice like natural lift. Like you don't want your face to be looking too chiseled and too crazy. So you want it to be nice and subtle, like so. Oh, my makeup, see y'all, my makeup always turns out so cute when I have nowhere to go, and that is so frustrating. Why? Like, why is it like that? I'm so confused. Anyways, so to basically set the rest of my foundation, I'm actually going to be going in with the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. And if anyone was wondering, I am in the shade Tan 40. I forgot I had dropped this the other day, and it looks like more product wants to come out of it, and it dead all just landed in my lap. This is the BH Cosmetics Blushing and Bali palette, if anybody was wondering, but I'm using the shade Pomegranate, and then I'm also going to probably go into the shade Sunkissed and maybe Ember. We'll see how I feel. And like I previously mentioned before, when it comes to contouring, remember when you put the blush on, do not allow it to go past basically right here. So just plop that right on like the high area. I mean, I guess this is an opportunity to tell you guys another trick that I have learned when it comes to over applying product. If you put too much contour or blush on your face, go in with whatever product you use to set your foundation, and basically what you're going to do is you are going to take a light amount of that and slowly just apply it right on the area you want to help diffuse, and by doing that it helps diffuse the product so it doesn't look as strong and as harsh on your face. And again, it also helps blend everything in together because of the fact that you use the same product when you set the rest of your foundation. So I guess this was a teachable moment, but yeah, that freaked me out because that hasn't happened to me in forever. I'm just like, wait, what? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm lost right now. So again, basically just put some on the brush and basically just put it right on top of where you want to diffuse it. And like I said before, I'm going to be going into the shade Sun Kiss, and I'm basically just gonna apply that right on top. See, this is, I don't know why I stay trying to use this eyeshadow brush because it's a bit too much. But I'm basically just applying that right into the blush and kind of just blending that in. I actually haven't, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of it anymore, but I haven't been like a fan of like being over dramatic with the highlighter on your nose. Like literally this little bit is perfectly fine for me. Like I'm not even gonna bother putting any on the bridge or nothing like that, because I don't know, I just feel like it's not really necessary for like the look I'm going for. Yeah, I'm not going crazy with the highlighter, especially because this is falling all over the place and mama don't feel like dealing with all that mess. Alright guys, so that finishes up today's makeup look. So how do you guys think I did? I think I actually did pretty good considering this is my second time trying to do this technique. I absolutely do love it. I feel as though it does make my eyes definitely pop, especially considering the fact that I'm also wearing colored contacts right now. My makeup, guys, I'm absolutely in love with how my makeup turned out. And like I said before, like bruh, like why does my makeup always look the most poppin' when I'm planning on taking this off in like 30 minutes or less? Like, cause I still gotta take my pictures and my thumbnails and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, this joint's gonna come right on off, and it's just like, no, because it looks so nice, and it looks even better in person, guys. Like, I promise. Like, listen, when I do makeup to look good in person, because what you ain't gonna do is pull up to me in person and be looking at me like, oh, you look better in your pictures, like, ah, no. But yeah, so those are basically all my little tips and whatnot in my tutorial on how I did this fox eye makeup look. Hopefully you guys like it. Definitely let me know down below any critiques or anything like that, or any compliments, you know, both are welcome. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl down below, and I will definitely see you guys in my next one.